So in this chapter we're going to take a look at live assist and automation capabilities of Myriad using this playlist that we created in the earlier chapter on Instant Track. So we're going to go to our log here. The log is our running order. We'll remove this pad because we don't need to see the pad anymore. So we can go to view and untick where it says display pad. That shows up the log. And the log is empty at the moment, so we can right click here. And we are actually wanting to add our from file because we saved our little running order earlier on. So we can go to file. That loads up our area here. We're logged in as guest and we saved it as a cart list file because we were using the pad to generate that. So we just changed that down to cart list files and we'll select our 20 minutes playlist. And we can OK that. Asks us where we want to stick it. So we're going to stick it on today. And we're going to stick it at 1400. Imports it in. And there we go. There's our running order for this hour. And we should have our songs there with our sweeps in between. So that's our playlist here. So at the start of each of our playlists, our running orders, we've got the time and the date. Also tells you how much music and jingles and basic audio is in the whole hour. So we've got 23 minutes 43 seconds. It's added it as a live assist hour. So it shows that we're going to be using it with a presenter standing in front of it rather than it going away in automation. And then we can see here down the left-hand side, we've got our icons showing these are music. These ones are showing that they're links, the little chains together for our dry sweepers and any other production that we'd have in there. We can see the title and the artist. We've got the duration, whether it ends or whether it fades, intro time. The H shows that there's a hook that's been set here. And that is about it, really. You can see the cart number. Also, if there was any information set, then this would be blue, showing that there's information associated with that cart. But that is how the log looks. We can go up and down the log here with the arrow keys. We can hit home. Home takes us where we should be in the log. We can go to the previous and the next hour over here. So then what are we going to do with this running order then? So we're going to actually start using it. We're going to go on air. I'm going to select our first song in our running order. We're going to go on air. And we're already in live assist mode here. You can see it highlighted in yellow. Plus we already know we are because it's live down there. And so we're just going to click on the power button here, which then turns it to green. And it's loaded the first song into the first cart player for us. And you can see here it says it's waiting for go. So when we're ready to fire off the song, just hit the go button, fires off the first song. And we can see here we've got 3 play arrows just to show that that's the song that's currently on air. So then, because we're in live assist, we can decide whether we want to do some talking at the end of this or not. If we do want to do some talking, we need to change this icon here. At the moment, it's green. They're all green, in fact. And if we just click on the left mouse button here, changes it to a red square. And that means that when the song comes to an end, it's going to queue up our next song. But it's not going to instantly start playing it. It's not going to do it back to back. It will allow us to do some talking. And then when we're ready, we can hit the go button. So I can demonstrate that. Move along the song here. And then basically when we reach 20 seconds left on this song, which we can see ends, so we get an idea of how it's going to end. When we reach that 20 seconds, the next track has queued up into the first available cart player. This one's number 2. And we've got our red dot at the end. So that means that when this finishes, it should just finish and there should be silence, allowing us to open our microphone and do a link. So there we go. We know it ends. We can do our little bit of talking, explain what the song was, blah-de-blah-de-blah. And then when we're ready for the next song to fire off, we can hit the go button again, or we can just click on the play button here. Or if you have a Myriad keyboard, you can either push the go button or play 2. And then that fires that one off. And then we're ready. We can see the intro time counting down at the bottom. And this time we'll leave this one on green, which means at the end of this song, it will automatically go on to play this. And then we'll leave that one green, so it'll automatically go on and play the next song here. So we'll do that now. We'll move along the song. 20 seconds. Cue the next item up.
Now, here comes Hot FM Radio 24/7.
So play those songs and the little link for us back to back into the first available cart players, because we were all green over there, so we were all good for time. And you can see that it's put ticks in the songs that it's played. We can scroll up and down using either the scroll wheel on the mouse or up and down here. And when we want to get back to normal, we can just click on home. That jumps us back to the song that's currently playing at the moment. We can see that that's highlighted because it goes to double spacing. So that's live assist and the red and the green. So we can toggle that one onto red here so that it will stop at the end of this one. And so that's live assist for us. What we can also do as the log goes along, see down here we're overrunning with all of the songs left in the hour up until the news at 3 o'clock. We're overrunning by 4 minutes 29. And so if we were to go into auto fade here, it's actually dropped a whole song and it's reduced the song that's currently playing, because that's the only one left in the hour that fades. It's taken 40 seconds off that song. And auto fade basically will fade everything and also get rid of songs just so it hits the next hour marker, whether you set that in your log as being your news intro or just the top of the hour. So you can see that that overrun has now disappeared down to 0. If we were to go back to live assist, you can see this song has been soft deleted as well. If we go back to live assist, we get our overrun back and it says that it's going to play that whole song. But if we go back to auto fade, there we go, it's dropped it off. Also, it's changed what was red to green because it obviously just wants to play them back to back. There's no presenter here, we're in automation here. The other mode, so that was live assist and auto fade. The other mode is auto, and that will basically play every song back to back. It'll automatically green anything that was red and it'll just keep on playing through the list. Whereas auto fade will do everything that it can do in order to hit the top of the hour for us. We can move things around in the list if we want to, just by left clicking and dragging. So maybe we want to just swap. Maybe we just don't want that one at all, in which case we can just left click and that gets rid of the song. And you can actually see that it's now increased the length of the track that it's going to play in order to compensate for us getting rid of that dry sweeper. So we can move things up and down in the list. We can also still go back and drag things from the audio wall down into our cart players if you want. We do have control here. We can also play an instant cart as well.
Hot FM.
Anytime that we wanted, so you do still have access to the audio wall and its instant carts, things like that as well. So it's automatically moved on to the next song because it had to fade that one earlier on because it's aiming to hit the top of the next hour. So what we can also do, you can configure instant track, so when it runs out of log you can also ask it to generate automatically another hour's worth of log, so there'll be never any silence here. And we're going to cover that in a future module here on the Learning Centre. So we can have a rolling schedule there. We can also choose here on the right click, we can do add hour using instant track, say which hour we want, And again, we receive our settings here. Just remembered the settings that I set last time. We're going to say choose at least 60 minutes worth of material. Take that one off. Then OK. And then that's gone off and it's made us an instant track hour for our next hour to keep us on the air. So you can either choose to do that automatically and Myriad will go off and do that, or you can just do it on the right click and do it manually if you wanted to change some of the settings there. So if you did want to add another song in, so we'll go back to Live Assist here. Click on Live Assist. We can get rid of that and get rid of that one. You can now see that we're underrunning by 3 minutes 35. If we wanted to go to the audio wall, we wanted to drag in a song here, say this one. We could left click, and instead of going straight down to the cart player, we just go over to the log, loads up the log, and then we can just release it in there. And then now we've only got a 33-second underrun, which is fine because we're going to do a little bit of talking. We can bring back a little sweeper as well. That reduces our overrun even further. And so we're all okay on that one. So that enables us to drag and drop stuff from the audio wall. You can also click on carts here. That brings up a little version of the audio wall, which you can do searches for. And then you could just left click and drag stuff in from there. So that's the carts window. We're going to just show you the log in more detail in future modules here in the Myriad P2 Learning Center. So just take a look at the other modules that are available for you here in the Learning Center. And that is how the log works.